What up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another podcast video. And man, this is a little too early for me to be doing this. I know for some that's going to be asking, Austin, like, shouldn't you be making these videos in the next couple of hours from now? Well, yeah, that may be true. Like, but I thought I might be a little early and just make them today, right now at this time, anyways. And you can get it over with for y'all's entertainment. Like even if it's a little too early, like even though it's not that early, but yeah, still early enough than when I usually would upload these videos. But but let's get to the get to the chase and talk about what exactly this video is, which y'all probably already know because y'all read the caption, which is the wrestling news on September 21st, 2021. 2024. What? I said one. I mean September 21st, 2024. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that y'all need to know from the Ringside News article. Start off with Roman Reigns gives his word to help Cody Rhodes defeat the Bloodline on the September 20th edition of SmackDown. The premiere episode of WWE SmackDown of the USA Network ended on a high note, as in unlikely alliance between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes has formed to take on their common enemy or enemies, like in a huge which is Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in a tag team match at WWE Bad Blood. The match came together after Roman Reigns returned to SmackDown to aid Cody Rhodes, who had just survived a brutal steel cage match against Solo Sikoa to retain his undisputed WWE Championship. As Rhodes was attacked by the Bloodline following the match, Reigns made a dramatic return to feud off the assault. It's setting the stage for their team up at Bad Blood. The tensions continued to build on the September 20th edition of SmackDown, where Reigns and Rhodes met face to face at Georgia Tech's field in Atlanta. In a cinematic segment, began with Reigns, known as the OTC, arriving in a convey of cars, confidently walking onto the field. Moments later, Cody Rhodes pulled up in a sleek sports car, setting the scene for a confrontation between the two. Standing in the center of the field, Reigns reminisced about his time playing football at Georgia Tech, claiming it as his territory. He then challenged Rhodes, asking what he had done for Atlanta, to which Cody responded by highlighting his family's long history in the city, particularly the legacy at the State Farm Arena, with the history lesson behind him. The focus shifted to their upcoming Bad Blood match, and what this says right here. The focus shifted to their upcoming Bad Blood match. Roman Reigns taunted Cody Rhodes, reminding him of the Bloodline's dominance, including their domination of Roman's own wise man, Jimmy Uso, and symbolic loss of his Ula Fala. Cody fired back, stating that that Rhodes is no longer back during their tag team match at Bad Blood, but also hinted at a bigger goal, taking what he believed is rightfully his. The world championship. Reigns uh, never one never want to back down. Told Cody Rhodes, and that after everything is settled, that he would come straight for the title. The segment concluded with both men emptying to walk away, only to repeatedly block each other. Others Reigns critically told Rhodes, "You're in my way in life," before walking off, leaving the tension thick in the air as the show went off the air. And what are your thoughts on to Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns mini temporary alliance to take down the bloodline going to work out in their favor, or is it gonna immediately gonna split as soon as they get into this match against Jacob Fatu and Solo? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. I think it'll be all good for now until after the pay-per-view, and then that's when they're going back as their bitter rival selves, with them clashing over the undisputed WWE Championship, which I think that's going to be happening, but that doesn't mean that Sol Sikoa still is not going to move on from Roman Reigns and then go back to this feud and then trying to take him out for good, right after after he got embarrassed by the OTC. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about some WWE lawsuit alleges Vince and Stephanie McMahon stole ideas while in discuss or in yeah. But WWE has had some straight had some strange lawsuits over the years, and a recent one filed on September 16th, 2024, by Lee Landau. Owens filed a lawsuit against WWE's Vince, Linda, and even Stephanie McMahon, making odd claims such as WWE owing him unpaid wages, and that Linda McMahon used her role as a senator, that after sharing information on a criminal case, he told authorities he was a WWE fan and connected with ex WWE superstars Mercedes Moné and Daniel Bryan. However, he didn't provide much evidence of these claims. Earlier on September 3rd, 2024, Owens had filed another lawsuit saying he made a verbal agreement with WWE in Washington State, but wasn't paid for his ideas. He alleged that WWE sent Daniel Bryan and Sasha Banks to give him hush money after Stephanie McMahon made a comment about his daughter. Owens also claimed to have shared his ideas with Triple H and Bryan, though Instagram through an Instagram. Owens' idea included included something called Pi in an event named rounds and a special cage match. However, WWE has not responded to these claims, and how parts of the lawsuit seem hard to believe. Uh, Especially since Sasha Banks and Daniel Bryan no longer works with WWE, and it is unlikely the lawsuit will proceed as the basis of the lawsuit simply uh, holds no merit. Ringside News will keep you up to date on this ongoing case as we learn more. And what are your thoughts on this? What's his name? I know his last name, but what's his first name is? What are your thoughts on Mister Leland Owens' case right here, filing a lawsuit against WWE and Vince McMahon and Linda and Stephanie McMahon. And yeah, I'll say, what are your thoughts on to this? And what are your thoughts on the company, in it responding? And do you think they're going to compensate the guy for his ideas being, and I quote, stolen from WWE? And And do you think that WWE will respond to this? Or do you think they're just going to completely ignore it and not take this seriously? Well, I would say first of all, I'll say they're not really going to be worried about that like, because one, the McMahon, Vince McMahon's no longer have any parts of his company that he's been a part of from the last 30, 40 years, let alone his daughter and that don't have anything to do with the company no more. And secondly, the ones that paid him hush money, the wrestlers they sent, the paid them money they gave them to give to this Owens guy, is no longer working with WWE, rather than they're in AEW, in their current as well, being the AEW World Champion and the TBS Champion respectively. But that's a different story, different day. My point is that none of these people that are involved are no longer in the company, so I don't think WWE are going to be not going to be thinking this is their problem when it's not, because the management and the roster has changed a bit, from the last couple of years. Well, but then again, they did mention that Triple H, he did give him some ideas, which include the Stomping Grounds idea, and and it was via Instagram, when he come up with these PLE ideas and the Pi name, with something that had something to do with the company called Pi, which I'm not sure what exactly he's referring to, for him to file a lawsuit with everybody involved that what's that, kind of stole his ideas, I guess you could say, with Pi, Stomping Grounds, and what's the other one? A special cage match that he called, which maybe he's referring to the pit, which I don't think that, even if WWE didn't have that stipulated match, I don't think that would be, if that's the case, if he came up with the fight pit idea, I don't know if he even actually came up with that, because we see plenty of wrestling promotions and maybe even MMA promotions do come up with stipulated fights like this. Yeah. So I'm not sure what he's coming from with this idea of him saying this. But I'm gonna ask you these questions, do you do you agree with this Leland Owen guy, and do you think he's gonna win this lawsuit against WWE and the McMahons? Let me know down in the comments down below. We're just gonna have to wait and see if there's more further updates from this guy that claimed to have ideas stolen by the promotion and those that are involved, those that are involved as well. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about some creative minds behind Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns on the September 20th edition of SmackDown. Like segment has finally been unveiled, even though it's less than 24 hours from then, rather than like more likely how many hours? Like 15 and a half, I guess you could say. But 15 and a half, no, 14 and a half hours, I should say. No, 16. Yeah, 16 and a half hours. But anyways, like the first episode of SmackDown, like on USA, ended with a surprising twist as Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes joined forces to face Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in a tag team match at WWE Bad Blood. WWE also filmed a major segment with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes like on SmackDown this week, and the identities of the people behind the segment have been finally revealed. Well, I'll say I'm not sure if I should finally, but you get what I'm saying. Like they have been revealed, like the who's behind this segment, like putting this all together. On the September 20th episode of SmackDown, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes like faced off at Georgia, faced off at the Georgia Tech field in Atlanta. Like it says, and the tensions between them grew. Reigns arrived in a line of cars, walking confidently onto the field, like while Cody Rhodes showed up in a stylish promised Rhodes that he would support him at Bad Blood in their match against Solo and Jacob from the bloodline. However, he also hinted Barash, the senior director of content and development of WWE NXT, was involved in producing the segment. He he become a key figure for Paul Levesque in creative on location segments like this one. Like on top of that, WWE's director of character development, Rob Fee, was present as he is Barash have been working together on similar projects recently. Cody Rhodes also made it abundantly clear that he still isn't sure whether Roman Reigns will keep his word. Nevertheless, WWE is clearly going all out with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes' current storyline, and fans couldn't be happier about that fact. But what's your opinion? What's your opinion on Cody Rhodes? The segment, with well, what's your thoughts on Cody Rhodes' segment, on the Friday Night SmackDown this week? Are you interested in this? Are you interested in this storyline with him joining forces with Roman Reigns due to having a common enemy? And what were your thoughts on the production? And who do you think that did this? And do you think that it was the senior director of the name? Jeremy Borash, Jeremy Borash. Do you think he should be working on main roster? What's that cinematic segments like this one? Just stick with NXT, and this was only just a perfect way to have him on the main roster with a little one-off here. Let me know down in the comments down below. But this is where we move on to the next slide. We got WWE Vault releases unseen footage of Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero watching a classic Halloween Havoc match. watch their classic Halloween Havoc match to be exact. And now we got some very heartwarming and definitely some intriguing news, like even bigger than this Roman Reigns versus Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus Bloodline storyline. Like that's all over the news. Like and including the production on that segment yesterday. Like WWE has a treasure trove like of classic footage hidden away in their vault, with many uh, pro wrestling legends contributing to that rich library. Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio had a unforgettable story, both in and out of the ring, and fans recently got a chance to revisit a piece of their legendary rivalry. On a standout match from their storied history is Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio Jr., which took place on October 26, 1997 at WCW's Halloween Havoc special. Like this title versus mask match, earned an impressive, I'll say, 4 stars and 4 3/3 of a star. I guess you could say four, four, 4 3/4 of a star. That's what should I say? Yeah, like almost fully a from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. In the end, Mysterio emerged victorious, preserving his mask and securing the title. Like the WWE Vault YouTube video, often upload rare videos, gems that fans either missed or thought were lost to time. On Saturday morning, which is today, they released an incredible watch along featured Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero watching their iconic Halloween Havoc match alongside a much younger Michael Cole. Wow, that was so many years ago. From this replay, I was probably about 2 or 3 years old. From when they were watching the replay from their match about almost a decade ago, if not half a decade ago. Yeah, maybe over a quarter of a half. Yeah, but anyways, 3/4 of a half a decade ago. Anyway, this video is a nostalgic trip down memory lane where longtime friends and rivals Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero reflect on their epic bout at WCW Halloween Havoc 1997. The footage pulled from WWE's vault offers fans a chance to relive one of the most famous matches in their careers. Tragically, the Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero passed away on November 13, 2005, at the age of 38 due to heart failure, which may have been linked to his past struggles with drugs and alcohol abuse. His final match took place just 1 day earlier on November 12,